All right. We are back. We are back. We are live. All right. I had to park real quick to get situated. And, yeah, we're rolling. So, hope everybody had a great weekend. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's going to be 4th of July tomorrow. So, happy 4th of July. I hope all of you annoying ass motherfuckers that like to be loud enjoy your one and only holiday besides New Year's to be as loud and obnoxious as you want. You want to do 1,000 firecrackers? Go ahead. You want to do 10,000 bottle rockets? Go ahead. Right? Honestly, at this point in my life, I'm fucking 26. You know, fireworks was great when you're a kid. You know what I mean? When you're a kid, teenager, you know, I'm blowing shit up. I'm getting the M80s, firecrackers. I'm fucking wrapping it around fucking like old fruit or some shit, or like whatever I can get my hands on in the neighborhood. Like I remember we had like these little like little plum things that were growing on the trees. They were sour and disgusting, but you know, we used to fucking grab that shit, stick it in M80s, fucking light it up, throw it, it'd explode. It was fun. It's good fun, right? Bottle rockets, you know, we used to point them at each other and shoot it at each other. Roman candles, same thing. You'd try to hit your friend in the fucking eye, right? It's just what we used to do. But being a grown-ass man right now, it just, I don't understand. Like, why? You know, I mean, I get it. You want to celebrate the holiday, but isn't it better to, like, waste that money on food and drinks and, you know, having people over, having maybe some good barbecue? You know, really, you gotta make all this noise, especially people with dogs, babies. You know, they're very sensitive to all this sound, but, you know, whatever. Like I said, to all the noisy, loud motherfuckers, that's your holiday, right? Or maybe I'm just being a hating ass bitch. Maybe that's what I am right now. Maybe I'm just an old, hating ass bitch who's also a boomer and is lame as hell. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just lame. I'm not with the times anymore. Could be, right? So, I don't know. Happy 4th of July. Fireworks or no fireworks. God bless the USA. I even got it right here on my shirt. USA. USA. God, I love that chant. Like, that shit gets me hyped up. Whenever I hear the USA chant, you know? You heard that, the little country? Whenever I hear that USA chant going on, man, that shit gets me fired up, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Hearing that U, and then the S and the A, them three letters combined. When I hear a crowd of people saying that shit, gets my blood pumping, man. Gets me going, yee, gets me going crazy. No, but it does definitely gets me pumped up for sure. I don't know why. It's just like some primal thing that unlocks that just like, yeah, let's fucking go, motherfuckers, do this, right? But speaking of patriotism in USA, 4th of July, what better guy to win on like 4th of July weekend, kind of, than Sean Strickland, right? I mean, should we start there? Should we start with Strickland? Usually I like to work from the bottom up. I'll mention Strickland first, and then I'll work from the bottom up. Because I have a thing where I like to be, you know, I like to have a ritual, like a schedule type of thing. You know what I mean? I don't get people that don't have schedules. I really don't. It blows my mind. I need to have a schedule. I need to have a time. I need to make sure I do this, and that, you know, because that's what keeps everything normal in my life. See, if you just live fucking random and scattered and I'll do this whenever I feel like it and whatever, then you're just, I don't know, I think you're just fucking chaos. But who the fuck am I? I don't know. That's just what works for me, right? And most successful people that I know are usually a scheduled, routine type of base person. So if you're a fuck up and a piece of shit loser, maybe, just maybe, you might need to tighten some things up and have a schedule. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you wash your ass. That's the first thing you do. Then you stretch, right? Then you go to work. After work, you come home, exercise, jerk off, eat ice cream. And then Fridays and Saturdays, you jerk off twice. Makes it a little bit more special. You make it more fun, right? That's why you gotta train your body, right? But anyways, so we got the fatties, Romanov versus Blagoy. He, speaking of he, Blagoy. Boy, what a disappointment was Blagoy, right? Blagoy. Like, what are you doing? Those punches were slower than molasses, right? And Romanov, he does not have any history of being like the cardio king or some shit, right? Like, this dude has history of being gassed, but for some reason Blagoy just did not know how to push the pace in this fight. If he would have been able to push the pace, clinch on him, maybe try to take him down a few times, make him really breathe, you know, because Romanov came in there 264, like, he cut weight, like, he's a fucking big ass dude, right? So blows my mind that you know, Blagoy's game plan was just very ass, you know, not really effective. But on the other hand, Romanov, you know, looked pretty quick on his feet, you know, for the most part. I think he improved his striking for sure. Didn't gas like other fights, and, you know, so good on Romanov, you know. Then this fight, holy shit. Elvis Brenner versus Guram Kuteteladze. I didn't know Elvis Brenner is like a Portuguese Brazilian name. How is that a Portuguese Brazilian? You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, right? Elvis Brenner sounds American white as hell, right? But I don't know. He's part of Charles do Bronx Oliveira's camp, and obviously anybody from that camp drinking that same water, eating that same food, whatever, breathing that same air as in that camp, they're all fucking dogs, and they're all savages, and they're all fucking just nasty, right? And boy, was this fight crazy. This Guram Kuteteladze guy, he came here to fucking scrap, right? To me, it seemed like he was a little drained. He looked a little, like, you know, he looked pretty fucking, like, lean, even after the rehydration, so maybe he should move up. But man, besides that, what a fucking back and forth fight, action packed. Elvis Brenner's takedown defense is what really, oh, maybe I should hold this, is Elvis Brenner's takedown defense is what really you know, surprised me the most. Not surprised, but, like, you know, like, really put on notice, like, yo, this guy's good. Like, seeing him pop up to his feet right away, and like I said, the pace was crazy. It was back and forth, and he has no quit. This Elvis Brenner, no quitting this guy at all. So I'm very excited to see what's next for him, because that was a dog fight. Oh, look at this guy. I gotta be careful. You never know. On the interstate, a lot of idiots driving. My fucking nose is crazy itchy. Sorry if you see me scratching my nose. I don't know what it is. I didn't do any booger sugar. Trust me, I didn't talk to Connor recently, you know. But fuck, man. Yeah, that fight was just nuts. It really was. I think Guram Kuteteladze should move up in weight, because I think he was super lean. But besides, you know, just a great fight. I don't know what else to say. Like, back and forth, takedowns, this and that, striking. And then really the ending of the fight was just Kuteteladze was like, I'm done. He took a good shot. He's like, yo, everything is spinning right now. I can barely breathe. Just get me out of here, boss. Just get me out. Man, that's what happened. Good on Elvis Brenner. And that was like a comeback, too, because Elvis got hurt real bad. He got a big gash on his forehead. So, man, what a dogfight. Animal. Good for you. Right? What a crazy fucking fight. So I can't wait to see Elvis in the future. Then we got Brito with the KO. I kind of saw glimpses of that fight, but he had a pretty solid knockout. Now, this fight we got to talk about because I hate to say I told you so, kind of, but I kind of told you so. I said in the previous video that Kevin Lee struggled with a washed Diego Sanchez, okay? Struggled badly. Barely won, right? So that was kind of a concern for me, right? But then I was trying to cut him some slack, like, you know, he fought Gregor Gillespie, nobody thought he was going to beat him, and he was the hot prospect, and he knocked him out viciously, right? So you just never know, right? And this Renat Fakhretdinov. Fuck, my nose is so itchy. Shit. This Renat Fakhretdinov. His previous 2 fights before fighting Kevin Lee was fucking ass. It was boring. Like, shit. Right? It really was. Nobody's making it up out of thin air. He literally wrestle-fucked. Oh, look at this guy. You hear that? This guy apparently thinks it's fucking Need for Speed out here. So, yeah, Renat Fakhretdinov, his last 2 wins were by decision. He wrestle-fucked Brian Battles, right? And it was just boring, right? It was. That's just how it is. He was just taking him down non-stop, throw punches here and there, whatever. Nothing crazy, nothing special, right? Even though he has a very impressive record, it just, you know, like whatever, right? Wasn't nothing special. But man, the fight starts, and Kevin Lee looks pretty yoked. Like, he looks pretty big. Even though he's short, he looked pretty filled out, like very muscular, very toned. He looked pretty big, right? Like, he's wide, he has long arms. And the Fakhretdinov guy, you know, Renat, he's taller, you know what I mean? Got that shaved ballsack head, right? With the pube beard. But he, you know, he looked pretty tall, whatever. Nothing crazy. But they start the fight, and this Fakhretdinov guy is bouncing around, right? Throwing that jab super quick and snappy, like he's fucking Sugar Ray Leonard or some shit. I'm like, what is going on? And then Kevin Lee, you would think, who's the smaller guy who fought at 55 for most of his career, you would think he would have the speed advantage. But no. Like, he gets in there and he's moving around, right, trying to throw some punches here and there. The whole fight lasted only a minute, but, I mean, you know, a lot happened in just 1 minute. He's moving around, and it's like he's in fucking quicksand, Kevin Lee. Right? It's like it's like he's fucking Brock Lesnar in there the way he's moving. Like, what the fuck? Like, he's so slow. Right away I was like, why is Kevin moving so slow? What is going on? Like, did they put some super glue on the bottom of his feet or some shit? Like, what is this? Right? Did he eat like a full fucking 5-course buffet meal type shit before fucking fighting? Like, why is he so sluggish? So, yeah, right away I noticed that. Right away, Renat Fakhretdinov was just pumping out those laser quick jabs. Just jab, jab, jab. Next thing you know, once the jab starts landing, guess what? The 2 follows up. The 2 followed up. Fucking put Kevin right on his ass. And you would think he would learn from the Charles do Bronx Oliveira fight not to fucking, you know, shoot for a double leg right away when you're hurt, which I understand a lot of people do, which is, you know, like, that's the smart thing to do, is to wrestle right away when you're hurt rather than trying to swing when you're fucking hurt, which is just more of a chance for you to get knocked out. But when he's going for his double leg, his head is fucking all the way down, and it's just being begged. It's just begging, hey, take my neck, please take my neck. They're just begging somebody to fucking guillotine you, and that's what Fakhretdinov did. Just slapped it in right there. Just say goodnight. Fucking left his ass there like a fucking corpse. It was brutal. Like, he got choked the fuck. Honestly, Kevin Lee got cremated that night. He was cremated. Yeah, that was very humiliating. And even like the announcers were like trying to celebrate Renat, right? Trying to celebrate like what a great win, but also you just like you kind of feel fucking bad for that guy. Like he's been gone for like 2 years. He's like, this is my time. I'm coming back, and to get absolutely cream pied, decimated in under a minute was that was just fucking like brutal, right? Didn't even have a fighting chance. Like Renat did not have a scratch on his face, right? So tough luck for Kevin Lee. I mean, honestly, I really don't know like what he could do, because like I said, the Diego Sanchez fight, he looked fucking shit, horrible. This fight, he looked sluggish, sloppy, slow, like just out of place. Maybe he's extremely strong as fuck at 170. Who knows? I don't know. But it seems to me that it doesn't make sense why there's a speed discrepancy. Discrepancy, is that the word? Why there should be a speed discrepancy when he's the smaller guy moving up. So I don't know what the fuck that is. I really don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. Moving forward for Kevin Lee, I don't know. Maybe he should go back to 55. He's short for 170. He's perfect for 155. Like, he has the frame for 55. So maybe he just needs to diet, maybe lose some of that muscle or some shit. I don't know. It just doesn't look right. That just doesn't look right. Renat, on the other hand, looked like a fucking world beater. So we'll see what's next with him. He's like 20-1 now, which is insane, right? Like, that's a crazy record to have. So good for him, and we'll see what's next for him. Another crazy player at 170. Then you got Nursultan Tokhtaliakbai. He is pain in my assholes. I get the window from a glass, he gets a window from a glass. I get the car, he gets a car. I buy clock radio, he can't afford. Yek Shemesh. So I don't know why I had to bring the Borat out, but that's what happens. This Nursultan Rozbayev from Uzbekistan. This motherfucker is straight up cold-blooded. Damn. Holy shit. He's like a fucking sniper out there. He's 6'5", and he timed that right hand beautifully. This fucking Bruno guy had no idea what hit him. He was a short little spark plug. Very powerful, you could tell. He has no fucking neck. But Nursultan had a fucking game plan for his ass. He said, I'm going to kick you in the leg. Then you kick me in the leg. I kick you in the leg. I move around. Jab, jab, jab. I kick you in the leg again. I expect you to kick me in the leg again. And that's when I throw this fucking Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers down that fucking pipe and knock your ass the fuck out. And that's exactly what my boy Nursultan Rozbayev did. He absolutely executed that perfectly. And yeah, he's 6'5" for 185, which is like crazy. Like, this dude is gigantic. So weird seeing like a really short guy for the division fight a really tall guy for the division, but it's good theater, right? Yeah, that fight ended pretty quick. And yeah, this guy's an animal. You could tell this meant so much to him. like he almost had like fucking 40 fights or some shit. Like, what took him so long to get in the UFC? Like, why are they waiting so long? Like, this guy's nasty. So good on him. Good for you. I can't wait to see more of this guy. He looks like a fucking problem, right? My buddy was telling me, the Wizard was telling me this guy has like 10 first-round finishes. This is like his 9th or 10th finish in a row. First round. Like 10 first-round finishes in a row for this guy. Crazy. Whew. Then this fight. Holy shit. Hey, this was a sleeper card. Alright? This was a sleeper card. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Ismael Bonfim. And I told you guys that this fight was going to be fucking nuts. This Bonfim guy is no slouch. What he did to Terrence McKinney and his Dana White Contender Series fight, dude looks like a monster. But man, Benoit Saint-Denis was not fucking playing. Alright? He had his baguette and his croissant before the fight, powered him up, and he came in there looking to fucking take care of business. And that's exactly what the fuck he did. Okay? He said, listen, Ishmael, I don't give a fuck that you have a brother that's in the UFC. I don't give a fuck. You're from Brazil. I don't care. You had a flying knockout over Terrence McKinney, one of the biggest prospects at 55. He didn't give a shit about any of that. Okay? My boy Benoit Saint-Denis went in there, threw those liver kicks like 50 times. He spammed that shit like he was in a video game. Spammed that shit like 100 times. Right? Ishmael did the old classic, like, yeah, come on, that did nothing to me, did nothing. But in his head, he was like, oh! that was in his head. Oh God, fuck. Oh. That's what he was saying in his head, right? So spam those body kicks, working wonders for him, right? They start swinging back and forth. Benoit Saint-Denis looked a little gassed, kind of, a little bit when he was doing those takedowns, because it was a crazy pace. But it just turns out that's just kind of how he enters his shots a little bit, a little labored, maybe, because, I don't know. But you could tell that he's a grappler at heart, because even though he looked a little gassed, a little, like, labored in his shot attempts, the moment he got it to the ground, it was picking up again, like the motor skills, his movement wasn't looking sluggish at all. He was getting right to work, right? Took Ishmael's back. And here's the thing, right? You cannot let any expert grappler, or even somebody with just like crazy strength, wrap their forearm, elbow, or whatever the fuck this is, anywhere below the nose, like anywhere below here. Don't let them do it. Just don't let them do it, because they will break your fucking jaw. Okay? Your jaw will break. You'll be choking on your teeth. Somebody's got that fucking crazy anaconda grip type shit. No. Right? I've seen, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Why do you think that you're safe when somebody gets that shit wrapped around below your nose? Like, honestly. You want to wrap your shit around my eyeballs, my forehead? Go ahead. Squeeze all you want. Nothing's going to happen. Right? Hell, that might as well fucking... it's like giving me a fucking massage, right? Yeah, so just don't do it, right? Always got to have 2-on-1 on the choking arm. Bring it over. Put your shoulders on the mat. Like, it's simple, right? If it's a body triangle, you fall to the side where the lock is, and you try... It's all a game, right? So, obviously, Ishmael... I don't know if he was in La La Land. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, but that is a big no-no. You think you're safe, right? Oh, yeah, he's got it wrapped around, like, my nose, mouth area. That ain't nothing. That's not going to choke me out. Wrong. Your shit will break, my friend. Your jaw will be dislocated into 5 million pieces. And you saw the moment Benoit Saint-Denis, the moment mic to be rattling around. The moment he wrapped that shit around and got this here, he got that here, good night. He was going to fucking pop off a watermelon, right? It was over. You can just tell. Ishmael was like, oh shit, it's tight. It's over. So good for Benoit Saint-Denis. He called out Mateusz Gamrot. That's a fucking crazy fight. Dude, anybody in the Armin Sarukian, that's a crazy fight too. Anybody in the top 10, top 15, give it to that guy, because that was a crazy performance to get rid of Ishmael in the first round. Wow. So congratulations. Then you got Michael Morales versus Max Griffin, which it was a decent fight, but I feel like Max Griffin just wasn't able to kind of close the distance. And also I feel like him being the veteran, I feel like he should have tried to push the pace more and to try to clinch on him more, go for the takedown more, which he did in the fight, he did, but I just feel like he didn't press the action enough. To me, it seemed like Michael Morales was able to kind of dictate the pace, fight his fight, which wasn't going to make him tired. And by the way, this Michael Morales, he looks fucking gigantic for 170. Holy shit, this guy's gigantic. Compared to Max Griffin, Max Griffin looked like a fucking featherweight in there compared to him. Holy shit. Nobody realized that? And you can tell anytime Max Griffin tried to take him down, whatever, he just got shrugged off like, fuck off me. Right? So, that was pretty crazy. But, decent, good performance by Michael Morales. He got tested for 3 rounds, which I don't think that happened to him before. He looked pretty good. Snappy jab, powerful kid. Like I'm Dana again. Actually, wait. I'm older than him. Yeah, he's 24, I'm 26, so I can say kid. Snappy, powerful, pretty well-rounded, I would say. Pretty solid test to beat Max Griffin, who's a vet, been in there, done that. So good win for him. I'd like to see what's next for him. Then we got Grant Dawson. Right, he fought. Oh my goodness, why am I drawing a blank right now? Damir Ismagulov. There we go. So yeah, Grant Dawson. He was saying, everybody's going to be saying, "Wow, that kid was good." Da da da. With this type of performance, I gotta say he did pretty damn good, right? This guy is obviously a threat on the ground. His striking is, it's a bit rudimentary, but what isn't rudimentary are his entries to his takedowns, which is very high level, you could tell. So that's really good. Damir, on the other hand, looked like the better striker, but just didn't know how to get out of the body triangle, which is just so crazy to me. How many high-level guys, this is a top 15 lightweight, Damir Ismagulov. This guy is a top 15 lightweight, and you're going to tell me you have no fucking idea how to get out of a body triangle and you're top 15 in the world? How is this? What are you doing? Who's your jiu-jitsu coach? I gotta know. Right? I gotta know. That's crazy. That just blows my mind. A lot of people don't know how to get out of a fucking body triangle. Are you serious? So, Grant Dawson did an amazing job. Just kept taking his back, controlling him, trying to get chokes here and there, trying to get the choke, rear naked, da-da-da. A little bit of punches here and there, and there you go. Topika. Done. So, good on Grant Dawson. He hasn't been defeated in the UFC yet. And another player at lightweight. So, I would like to see Grant Dawson fight perhaps another grappler in the lightweight division. Maybe an Arman. Maybe Benoit Saint-Denis. Maybe, there's a lot of choices at 155. A lot of good mixes between strikers and grapplers. So, we'll see. But he is pretty damn good. I will say that. So, we shall see what's in his future. And now, the main event. Mr. 4th July himself, Sean Strickland. So, who doesn't love Sean Strickland, right? But man, you know, Abus, Magomedov, a lot of hype, you know, that debut was explosive, blah, 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 whatever. He's a Dagestani, you know, the whole stigma that they're all killers and da-da-da, which, you know, like 95% are. Not saying Abus isn't either, but, you know, tonight kind of shows something. So, the fight starts, and Abus is throwing these kicks. You know, he's throwing these kicks, he's jumping around, throwing some shots, you know, he's shooting a few times for a takedown. I gotta tell you, it wasn't the craziest pace I've ever seen. It really wasn't. Like, I swear to you, it was not some crazy ass fucking 0 to 10, 0 to 100 pace. Like, holy shit, there's no way they're gonna keep this up for 5 rounds type pace. It really wasn't. Like, honestly, like, what Abus was throwing seemed normal. Maybe a little more than usual, I would say. Nothing crazy, right? And so then, you know, Sean Strickland's just kind of, you know, downloading everything, downloading what he's seeing, right? Kind of taking it, taking all the information in, right? That's what a lot of, like, great strikers, they kind of see what the other guy's doing, see what kind of flinching and, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then, second round comes, and Sean Strickland does what Sean Strickland will always do, which is, I just made it home, by the way. Well, he's going to do what he always does, which is make it his fight. Bring it to his comfort level. He's going to put you in boxing range. He's going to take the kicks away. He's going to pressure you. Anything you throw, he deflects it with the weird fucking thingy-mabob that he does, right? The fucking, what's it called? Not Kung Fu, fucking Wu Chung Fung Chung Fu Bung, the fucking, I don't know what's it called. It's too late for all this. But anyways, so that's what Sean Strickland started doing in the second round. And Abus, I don't know if it was water in his fucking water cup, or was it fucking cough syrup, or lean, or fucking Molly, or heroin. Because the second round, he was completely, or it must have been that yak, that fucking Jose Cuervo Jack Daniel mixture in his water. Like, what the fuck? He came out there in the second round completely gassed. Like the Wizard says, it looked like he fucking ran up and down Mount Everest. Like, this guy was completely, like, tired, gassed. He's, like, fucking barely moving. He's throwing these wild shots to see if it'll land, and looking at the time, like, what the fuck? It's only the second round. What the fuck? Right? That's more acceptable for me to be gassed. I'm fucking out of shape and sloppy. That's acceptable for me to be gassed like that in the second round. Not him. Full camp. Right? What the you know? Like, what happened? And then Sean just basically pieced him up, used him as a punching bag. And I wish Sean would really not learn like he already knows, but I wish he would try to put more power in his shots. Like, really plant your feet and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, really just dig your shots in there. Because, you know, he throws decent shots, but he's not throwing, like, killer good night shots, which he really could if he wanted to dig your feet and, you know, really let him loose. But Sean Strickland gets him out of there, puts him out of his misery, has an epic post-fight speech, per usual. And honestly, moving forward, let's say Whitaker beats Dricus, which everybody's expecting. You really want to see Whitaker Izzy 3? Or we put some new blood in. We put Sean Strickland fighting Izzy. It would be a hilarious press conference. all the mind games, shit talk, whatever. It'll be top-notch comedy. And, see what happens with that. So we'll see. It's up to the UFC's hands at the end of the day. So, overall, great card. I'd say I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10. Super entertaining. A lot of great fights, up-and-comers. Nur Sultan, I had no idea who this guy was in the last video. And just like I said before, you just never know, right? You watch these fights, you don't know who this guy is, and then you watch a fight or see this performance, and bam. It's like, damn, this guy's fucking cold-blooded, right? So, yeah. I appreciate you guys for watching the Yabachaba MMA show with yours truly, Mr. YabaChaba. Okay, Yabachaba'S. And I shall be releasing the preview for the fucking big one. The big one. Okay? Volk, Yair, Moreno, Pantoja. Woo! Alright? It's gonna be fucking bonkers. I can't wait to break that shit down. I got a lot of thoughts in this crazy ass head. And until next time, peace.